But first, we'll say lawmakers hold a special session to vote on a potential pay raise for themselves. It's a question that at this point does not have a solid answer.
Yeah, today the Assembly Majority Conference held a virtual private meeting to discuss this and other hot button issues that could be tackled during such a session. CBS 6's Brianna Supardi joins us. She's live in Albany tonight. Bri, what was discussed in the meeting?
Good evening, Liz and JT. This meeting was closed off to the public, so we don't have any specific details concerning what was on the agenda. However, sources close to the legislature tell me there's a lot at play, including potential pay raises and public safety issues. As the clock ticks closer to the new year, we could possibly see New York State lawmakers return to Albany for a special session. The Assembly Majority Conference met privately Monday, with the Democrats reportedly discussing several key issues, including potential pay raises. Local lawmakers tell CBS 6 the push for these raises is mostly coming down from those who live and represent downstate districts in New York City. Right now, state lawmakers earn $110,000 a year. A raise of $20,000 would make them the highest paid legislators in the country. But if a special session were to happen, a pay raise wouldn't be the only issue discussed.
If there is going to be this continued talk of coming back, I think we need to listen to what the voters had to say in this past election. And they care about a lot of things. They care about cost of living. They care about some inflation issues. They care about crime or public safety. I think the domestic violence issues have got to be addressed, given some of the really egregious cases. And we're seeing some loopholes where domestic violence incidences where the perpetrator or the offender was put right back out on the street. There's a lot in play. Nothing is final. I'm hoping that we will know more later this week.
She and other members say it's currently a very fluid situation, with the chances of them returning for a special session still 50-50. Republican Assembly members have been outspoken against the pay raises, including Assemblyman Chris Tague, who calls the idea, quote, ludicrous. He adds in a statement that, quote, people are struggling to heat their homes, put gas in their cars, and give gifts for their families on Christmas. Here we are at the end of the clock, and we're going to have a special session for legislative pay raises. It's really a shame. According to state law, if pay raises aren't enacted by the end of the year, lawmakers wouldn't be able to get a raise until 2025. Again, a decision has not yet been made on whether the Assembly majority will move forward and hold a special session. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates once they become available.
At the first Baldwinsville Board of Education meeting since Superintendent Jason Thompson pleaded guilty to driving while ability impaired on school grounds, board members shared no response with the public regarding a decision over the superintendent's future. During the meeting, board members made no mention of the $35,000 Thompson has made since he went on paid administrative leave, after videos showed him crowd surfing students at homecoming, and police arrested him for DWI on school property. Last Wednesday, he pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of driving while ability impaired. You'll remember the Board of Education has voted for disciplinary charges against Thompson, but didn't clarify what that would be.
You get the contract. If you fill the contract, we're following the process right now that's in this contract.
The acting superintendent has led by example. During the current superintendent disruption, the district leadership has maintained a positive and professional presence in our schools and the greater Baldwinsville community. Once again, all led by the current acting superintendent. It is for these reasons and many more that we feel compelled to urge the Board of Education not to seek outside interim leadership.
The president of Baldwinsville's principals and instructional supervisors pleading this evening with board members not to look anywhere else for a replacement for that superintendent. And the board president also sharing with me, as per his contract, Thompson will still receive more money while he's on paid administrative leave. And there's no direct answer as to if or when he will be replaced. But we will keep pushing for those answers.
Well, thank you, Peter. Tonight, there's anger in Oneida County over a recent decision by the SUNY Board of Trustees. Last week, the 18-member group in charge of 6 dozen higher ed schools in New York voted to approve the transfer of the College of Nanoscale Science and Engineering from the SUNY Polytechnic Institute in Utica back to SUNY Albany. Governor Hochul announcing her intention to do that in her last State of the State message to transform SUNY Albany into a nation-leading and teaching university. The I-Team's Mary Keeler takes a look.
This memo from interim SUNY Chancellor Deborah Stanley led to a vote by SUNY leaders to move SUNY Poly's Nanoscale Science and Engineering College back to Albany. SUNY Poly had administrative authority over the tech school in Oneida County. It's been that way since 2014.
We knew it was out there. We did not know to the extent or the urgency that this was all of a sudden just going to be voted on.
Oneida County's executive, along with other lawmakers in the Mohawk Valley, speaking out about the decision, releasing this statement saying moving the school back to Albany, quote, robs the region of its only higher ed science research degree program. The SUNY memo says the school was first created in 2004 within University at Albany. Capital Region leaders are hoping this will boost the local and state economy.
There's still plenty of time for us and for everybody to really come to, grips and reverse this. And it's in the governor's hands. And I will, and I and others will continue to press for her to, change this decision.
County Executive Pacenti says he's surprised this is happening, especially considering the recent announcement of Micron coming to Central New York. He worries this will mean a big hit for economic development in the area, too.
What's it say to the students? There's students there, and there's students that want to go there. And now, where do they go? They have to go to Albany?
The resolution reads that a comprehensive plan should be ready by next December, which needs to include ideas to strengthen the Utica area campus.